Restana. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang achayang kamame bante buri panya tathagata kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang achayang kamame dhamma sanditika akalika kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang achayang kamame sangha supatipana anuttara sadhu sadhu sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Tisarana gamanang paripunang panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adina dana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Abrahmacharya veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Musawada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Surameraya majapamadatthana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Vikala bhojana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Nacha Gita Vadita Visuka Dasana Malaganda Vilepana Dharana Mandana Vibhusanatthana Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Uchasayana Mahasayana Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. idang me silang, maga pala nyanasa, pachayo, hotu, appamadena sampadeta, sa. Let us do some guided mudita before we start the Dhamma talk. So let us sit here. Now relax the body. Relax the body. Whatever tension, fatigue, imagine that we let them all go. Keeping the mind open, calm, here and now, being mindful, peaceful. Relax from top of the head, down to the forehead, face, to the neck and shoulders, arms, the chest area, stomach area, back, spine, on the hips, buttocks, thighs, on the knees, calves, ankles, soles, toes. So relax the body. Now let us recall some wholesome deeds that we have done in our past, like an offering, a service, a dana. Recall it to mind and we rejoice and happy with our past actions, past wholesome actions. That rejoicing is the nature of mudita, altruistic joy or appreciative joy. Whatever material gains from the past, present or future, may all my gains do not be lost, do not fade away. May all my gains able to increase for my happiness, for my welfare, for my well-being. May all my spiritual gains from the past, present, or future, may all my gains do not disappear, do not be lost. May they all able to increase for my happiness, for my joy, for my spiritual development. May all my gains do not disappear, do not fade away. May all my gains able to increase for my happiness, for my welfare, for my well-being, for my spiritual development. Now let us expand. Let us expand the mudita, the altruistic joy, appreciative joy, to all the beings around here, monks or nuns, fellow yogis, to all the Dhamma workers, helpers, volunteers, to all the supporters, donors, to all the guardian devas of this center, to all other devas residing around here, to all the petas, and to all the animals, big, small, seen or unseen. Whatever material gains they have accumulated from the past, present, or future, may all their gains do not disappear, do not be lost. May all their gains able to increase for their happiness, for their welfare, for their well-being. May all their spiritual gains from the past, present, or future, may all their gains do not disappear, do not fade away. May all their gains able to increase. May all their gains give them happiness, give them joy, give them spiritual development. May all their gains do not disappear, do not fade away, for their happiness, for their joy, for their spiritual development. Now let us expand further. Let us expand to all the beings in this whole wide world, to all the beings in this country, whether they are humans or non-humans, devas or petas, animals big, small, far or near, seen or unseen. Whatever material gains, material accumulation from the past, present, or future, may all their gains do not disappear. May all their gains do not fade away. May all their gains able to increase for their happiness, for their joy. May all their spiritual gains from the past, present, or future, may all their gains able to increase and not disappear, not fade away. May all their gains give them happiness, give them spiritual development. May all their gains do not fade away, do not disappear. May all their gains give them happiness, give them joy, give them spiritual development. Now let us expand. Let us expand our mudita, reaching out to all the beings in this world without exception, whether they are our loved ones near or far away, or whether they are those whom we do not know wherever they are in this world, or whether they are those whom we dislike or those who dislike us. Or to the guardian devas of the Buddha Sasana, to all other devas residing in this world, to all the petas, to all the animals, big, small, far or near, seen or unseen. Whatever material gains from the past, present, or future. May all their gains do not disappear. May all their gains do not fade away. May all their gains able to increase and give them happiness, joy, well-being, for their welfare wherever they are. Whatever spiritual gains from the past, present, or future, may all their gains able to increase. May all their gains do not disappear, do not fade away. May all their gains give them happiness, give them joy, give them spiritual development. May all beings in this world able to live in peace and being happy for oneself and others, and not living in jealousy or envy towards others' success. May all beings, without exception, may all their gains do not disappear. May all their gains do not fade away. Give them happiness and joy. Give them spiritual development. Now let us expand further. Let us expand as far as the mind can go, without boundary, without exception, without condition, to all beings, to all the beings in this universe or universes, all beings from the highest plane of existence down to the lowest planes of existence, to all the beings in all the world systems. May all beings without exception, whatever gains from the past, whatever material gains from the past, present or future, may all their gains give them happiness, give them joy, may all their spiritual gains from the past, present, or future, may all their gains do not disappear. May all their gains do not fade away. May all their gains able to increase. For their welfare, for their well-being, for their happiness, for their spiritual development. May all their gains do not disappear, do not fade away. May all their gains able to increase and give them happiness, give them joy, give them spiritual development. And slowly we let go of the mudita. We bring the mind back again to the present. Back again to the present. Feel the rise and fall of the abdomen. Feel the sensation of the body being here and now. Then we can slowly open our eyes. During this guided meditation, A lot of times when I do it, I do not know I'm going to talk because the concentration is keep on coming in. And when I keep on pushing it away, because the more concentration you come in, then I got no words already. Then how to do guided? Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. You don't have to think about the words. For me, I still have to think of the words. Yeah. I think for the tomorrow, I'm going to change another one already. Oh, see lah. Huh? If I remember. I thought today I want to change, but completely forgot about it until 8 o'clock only. I said, nah, never mind. Okay. So we were talking about conditions for the concentration to arise. We are still in the concentration as a factor of enlightenment. And that day on Friday, we were discussing on what are the external conditions that we need to have. Not only just how to balance the object, which we talked about that previous talks, last week also. And then we talk about some external condition that, for example, the food that we eat, the climate or the weather also has to be in a way suitable. The food also has to be suitable, not too gross, not too difficult for us. And also we were talking about the postures. We were talking about the posture, especially on the standing posture. Now, the standing posture is one of the postures that somehow in the Vipassana, we don't do it that much. Although part of the walking meditation, we incorporate into it. But the thing is that we don't do it that long. We maybe do it a few minutes and that's about it, we turn already. Once in a while, we may do it longer. But we don't usually purposely do a standing meditation. We don't purposely do a standing meditation. So the standing meditation, as I said, that is something that we can able to pick up too. Standing meditation, if sometimes, let's say if the sitting, if the sitting sometimes are not very clear, perhaps there are some sleepiness that's coming in during the sitting, and then you try this, try that, you can't, the sleepiness is still there. Perhaps this time you want to get up, you may need to get up to do a walking, or perhaps you want to do a standing. The standing meditation, it's where you begin to aware of the whole body. You can start off like scanning the whole body. You scan the whole body from the head down to the feet there a few times. Then also, if you want, from the bottom, you scan it all the way up. Just a few times, just for you to feel the whole body is there. Just to feel the body is there. Then after that, what you can do is that you search for some objects which is clear to you. For example, if the hand is touching or the hand is folding, that's one area that you can able to notice. Then perhaps there's another right soles that's touching the floor, and then the other soles that is touching, the left sole is touching the floor. So you can use that three object, for example, do it like a sitting and touching technique, touching, 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 touching. Then instead of sitting, now we do standing at the right soles. Then you feel the pressure there, the warmness there. Take notice of a few objects. Take notice of a few objects. Then after that, you go to the next one. Take notice of a few objects. Then run around clockwise. Then if you want to do anti-clockwise, stay with it for a few notings. Pick up a characteristic like whether it's hot, cold, warm, sweaty, pressure there. Normally, if sometimes during standing also, or even in the walking, whenever you feel like there's tension around in the body, what you should do actually, first of all, don't tell yourself to relax yet. Usually for us, we stand a bit tension already, we tell relax, relax, relax. No, 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 no. You got to see it as it is. You got to learn like that. If you tension, you notice it as tension, but in a relaxed manner. That's two different things. You, it's a two different thing. Although finally you want to bring the body into a relaxed, but the first way, if you just note something to relax, that actually sometimes at the back of the mind you don't like the tension there, but you want to relax. That is not actually the way of vipassana. The way of vipassana is to see them as they are. In other words, when your tension in the body is there, let's say when you're standing, or even you're walking, your job is to turn the attention to the tension. Feel the tension. But this time when you feel it, you note it relaxingly. That means you feel the tension. You're not wishing it to go or wishing to be here. Your job is just to see it relaxingly, because this time as the tension grows, sometimes can be quite strong. So when it's strong, you just note it. Tension, 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 tension. Uh, this is, you're supposed to do like that. But a lot of times you just relax, relax, relax. A lot of times until we don't realize it. It's minor thing, but it can make a difference in the practice. Yeah? Now, another thing. What else? Let me see. Now, in the standing also, in the standing also, if you want to stand a bit longer, then of course, as I said, you got to learn to place your feet properly in a more like that, in more like a, not parallel, but a bit of V shape, slightly in a more relaxed manner. Yeah. Then noticing the whole standing posture, and then sometimes if you are not used to the standing, you find a bit tightness very difficult. Yeah. If you feel that you cannot do it too long, don't force yourself to do it. This standing meditation is also like sitting meditation. It takes time to build it up. Yeah? Take times to build it up until like perhaps you can stand for 1 hour. But if you cannot, now don't overdo it. It slowly build up, just like stamina. Slowly you build it up. If not, you sekali you want to do it, and then tomorrow your tension in the leg, your muscle become tight here and there. So we build it up slowly if you want to. So it's good. And so whenever you feel that enough for the walk, enough of the standing, then you want to continue the sitting, then well and good, until you finish the hour. If during in the walking also, if you find that you want to do the standing for a bit longer, then well and good, you can do that. This is one thing. So the postures are also important. Lying down postures is only when you do it just like standing, but this one is lying down. You scan the whole body. Again, here you look for objects which is prominent in the lying down. But this time when you're lying down, you only do it when you are not feeling well. You need to lie down. Don't in the middle of the day, in the middle of the day, things are very clear. Then you just feel like you want to lie down to do lying meditation. Don't do that. After you say, oh yeah, I want to do it, and then after that 10 minutes later, no energy. So better don't. Sounds good. Sounds good. Oh, I must learn to practice all the 4 postures. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. theoretically, very inspiring, able to do all, but the fourth one, the lying down one, don't do too much. Only when you're not feeling well, or perhaps you just want to do a little bit before you sleep, you can try. But sometimes the energy becomes too strong, then not able to rest. When I say lying down meditation, lying down meditation, yeah, of course, most of the time that I usually talk about is not really on vipassana. Like on Saturday, we have a Q&A on somebody asking about lying down, about sleepless. You cannot rest, you cannot sleep. So that time, as I mentioned, that when you lie down, that time is that make sure that you don't let the mind runs. But this time is just only very relaxing type of mindfulness only. You're not doing vipassana anymore. You're just relaxing with mindfulness only. But it's still good because there's some degree of mindfulness is still there. It's still good. Your purpose is to rest or to sleep. So, in order for us to change it into vipassana, if other occasions, then you have to be very alert. You have to able to notice the pressure, whatever is going on. Sometimes lying down for some yogis, it's like whole day they cannot find the rising and falling. But once they lie down, face up, they can feel rising and falling so nicely. Until they want to sleep, only the rising and falling come. Whole day don't come. Whole day it doesn't come until this one only it comes. So, but then again, when the body is relaxed, then the rising falling is there. So, in a way that in the sitting also, we try to have a relaxed body, relaxed body, but not too relaxed, but relaxed enough, not too tense. Some people do sitting meditation, as if like a pillar like that, like a tiang, sit so straight and so stiff. Cannot. This is not the way how to do a meditation. This is how you can do that for one day, one sitting at home. Never mind, it's okay. You sit like a straight up, like a very straight, no problem. But when you are in a retreat, it's a different game. Right? In a retreat, there's a lot of strong forces that's going to come in the body because of the continuity of meditation. And at that time, the posture may be a bit senge, a little bit bangkok, a little bit front or side or back. Some people like 10 degrees bend, some people 40 degree, 45 degree on the drop already. And some people down and then they go up again. Whichever, don't worry about other yogis are doing and so on, You just do your own meditation will do. Some people bend more, some people go sitting more straight. But the thing is that don't have the idea that all the sitting meditation must be straight. That is a fixed view, actually. You fix it. But it's good to start it when you are a beginner. When you're a beginner, you try to sit straight. You try to sit comfortably. Yes. In the beginning, yes. But after that, when you come into a retreat, because of the habit is developed, well and good. But you must learn to allow sometimes the body, the forces are coming in. There's a lot of forces that's coming in, pressure. If you're not regular in the retreat, you don't really understand what I'm talking about. But when you're more regular in the retreat, then all these type of forces is all magnified. It's all magnified. You can't even sit straight. Sometimes the head also cannot go straight. Also, watch out. Anyway, that is on sitting. Now, conditions. Another thing. External conditions for the concentration or calmness, for the more calm type of mind to arise, is also have to deal with your surrounding. Now, your surrounding also must be in a way, not to say perfectly clean, but tidy and organized. It has to be tidy and organized because this type of things, it influence you. It influences you over time, subconsciously. Yeah? And sometimes, like for example, you go to a place, a lot of things like very nice, beautiful paintings and everything. You don't feel peaceful. You don't feel peaceful. But you go to a place, maybe a meditation center, where they have nothing much. Maybe the Buddha is there only. A flower is there only. Open space, you know. Cushions are tidy up properly, Not to say perfectly, but just they're able to tidy up. Then when you go in and you feel peaceful, rather than a lot of things, so many things. Usually, when I when I try to go places to this one, if I can able to do sometimes sometimes you go to a places temple and the Buddha. Sometimes the Buddha Rupa is decorated in such a way that all the intricate details of carving is there. Very, not the Buddha, but the background or the surrounding, They put all kinds of things, so many things until sometimes you cannot even see the Buddha. So you don't know where I hide. Because the devotees like to put so many like food, and after that, so many water, so many light, umbrella, and then background, then lights, many lights, a lot of things until you don't really see the Buddha. So all these type of things, people don't realize that all these type of things, actually, it in a way that it may give people faith and joy. Yes, it activates the mind, but it's not in the sense of calming the mind. In order for it to have a calm place, the place has to be open, more or less clean, more or less tidy, organized. Then only you feel the mind is calmer. Yeah. One of the things is that if you feel calm is because the eyes don't get attracted to all these other things. If anything that is beautiful around, the eyes want to keep on looking at things. Yeah. Yeah. When you're bored, this is where every detail of the painting you also know already. Because nothing else to see, nothing else to watch in rising, falling. I've seen yoga, I've seen meditation centers. Oh my goodness, it's like all kinds of decoration. Sometimes the Buddha's picture, the Buddha, the Bodhisattva's stories that they put it in painting. All kinds of painting everywhere, all in the whole meditation hall. That is not a very good for meditation. That is not good for meditation. Yeah. You cannot meditate anyway. What do you do? Read the story or watch the story from front to the end. Yeah. By the time you finish your 2 weeks, you go for I don't know how many rounds already. All these type of things, it affects the mind of the yogi. So, in other words, it has to be in a way tidy, open, empty, in a way clean enough. Not to say perfectly clean, but clean enough. Yeah. In order for the mindfulness, for the meditation to take place. Long enough, you stay in these type of places, then whenever you change to sudden change and then you go back, there's so many things on the mind luan already. Yeah. This is the nature. Oh yes. Last time when I meditate, come to like 2 or 3 months type of retreat. When you go back, that time not the monk yet. Yeah. But you go back, the moment you go out, take a bus or take a bus, so many people luan already. So many people do not know what to do. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So by the time you go back, sometimes you can't even, the mind can't function. I mean, worldly things you can't function properly until 2, 3 days later. Then only can start able to function better. Because of the concentration, mindfulness, and because of the non-attachment to all the worldly things. But the moment that our condition back again to the house, to the home again, then it's different already. All the mind become activated. So therefore, the place that you meditate also somehow need to be not much of things, empty. Then it feel peaceful. So next time, if you want to decorate your own shrine hall or shrine room in your house, so depending on what you want, if you want peaceful type, then the Buddha Rupa has to be few things, as few as possible. Maybe just one light, maybe just one water, and that's about it. Uh, Maybe you have a place, a cushion there, very zen-like, empty in that sense. Then it's good. Too many things, very luan already, and also easy to maintain. Easy to maintain. Not so complicated. So this is something. Now, what are the things also helpful for the concentration or helpful to reduce the agitation and reduce the thinking? One of the things that what we normally don't do over here is the samatha meditation. Now, samatha meditation is one thing that it can be very helpful for vipassana, but there's a lot of condition inside there. It is helpful, samatha meditation. Samatha meditation, you see, like metta, karuna, mudita, and also upeka. These are called the four Brahma Viharas. And you have anapanasati, you have recollection of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Then you have altogether 10 recollections, 10 kasina. Then what else? Contemplation on food. Something like that. 40 subject altogether. Yeah. Now let's say, in order for you to practice this samatha meditation, then for you able to switch it over to vipassana, it's not an easy ordeal, actually. Now let's say what you can, let's say whether you can able to fulfill these conditions or not. For in order for you to able to build up the samatha meditation to a certain level, then we switch it over to vipassana. See whether you have this or not. Now, firstly, if you want to practice samatha meditation, then you must need time. You must need a lot of time. How much time can you spend? How much time can you spend? You already want to spend one meditation already, vipassana already. And already you don't have much time for vipassana. Then again, if you as that much time you want to spend for vipassana, the development of samatha also, you have to spend that much time also. It's not as easy as you think it is. Yes, the teaching is easier, but the practice is not as easy as, it's not as easy too. Now, firstly, you must have the time. If you have the time, then well and good. Perhaps you are a monk or a nun, you got a whole life in front of you, then yes lah. Even sometimes also some teachers also says that even if you are a monk or a nun also, Even if you're a monk or a nun, but the teacher sometimes says that practice vipassana first. You do not know when you're going to die. You do not know when you're going to die. Anytime boleh mati punya. So you can die anytime. Then after that, because of that, they ask you to practice vipassana first. Then until perhaps enlightened, then they teach you samatha, It's still not too late, It's still perfect. Actually, it's still not too late. It's still not too late at all. But some people have the idea you must do samatha first. No samatha, tak boleh. No samatha, then vipassana cannot develop, cannot this one. This is their own concept. And actually, this is their own narrow concept. Sometimes it could be wrong also, actually. Because sometimes people, they fix a view that, if you do not have samatha, then your vipassana is wrong or it cannot develop at all. Wrong vipassana. No, there's no such thing in this way. Yeah, yeah. That's not like that. But there are people like that. There are people out there, even monks or nuns, they mention it like that. Yeah. Never mind, put that aside. Now, if you want to practice samatha, then as I said, the first thing you must have the time. Okay. Now let's say that's all other conditions. Let's say your health and everything is all good. Now you have the confidence and everything is all there. So you must have the time. Okay. So this one is one crucial thing. If you don't have the time, you can forget about the rest. Next one, you're gonna have to find the right teacher to able to teach you samatha meditation. To teach you samatha meditation, perhaps the teacher have to see what type of character you are. Yeah. Perhaps you are a character of a lot of anger, let's say. So what would be good for you? Metta would be good for you. Karuna would be good for you. Mudita would be good for you. Upeka would be good for you. This four Brahma Vihara is good for those who have a lot of anger, desire, anger especially. Anger, jealousy, easy to explode, this type of people. This type of meditation is good for them. Fitting for their character, but doesn't mean that if you have not so much anger, you cannot practice, you still can practice. But a lot of times, usually when a person with all kinds of, sometimes a lot of us have strong defilements because we never do anything wholesome, not much wholesome, and a lot of attachment, a lot of anger. Then the teacher has to see that it needs to bring down that strong, unwholesome nature of your mind. Perhaps you start off with metta. But if the teacher sees that you are very attached to body, attached to people, attached to all beautiful things, what do you think the teacher will give you? Yeah. The asubha, all the 32 parts of the body. Or 32 parts of the body, and also the 9 cemetery contemplation or the 10 cemetery contemplation. Yeah, that one even more stronger. Yeah. Then those things really reduce the desire. So every now and then, if you're able to do that, then well and good. Yeah. Then perhaps later part. Then what do you think for anapanasati? What type of character? Anapanasati for those people who like to think a lot. Like people like you all. All your working is all about thinking. Yeah. Every day think and think and think and think. Yeah. As I said now, a few thoughts. People employ you not for your physical labor, not for your muscle. People employ you because of your intelligence. Other words, you have to think. Yeah? Whatever that your job is, think and think and think and think and think. So a lot of thinking involved. Yeah. So anapanasati will be good for them. Yeah. That's why sometimes, the even when we are talking about overcoming restless mind, one of the ways is using anapanasati in order to calm the mind. Uh, so discursive thinking, a lot of thinking. So those people with lacking of faith on it, how? For those who are lacking of faith, no faith in the Buddha, the Dhamma, Sangha, and how? Then give them the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Give them the recollection of the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. So then only they build up some degree of faith there. Those people who attach the food on it, that every day be jia. The contemplation on food. The contemplation on food, not like what y'all do over here. No, some of you, although y'all didn't mention it out, I can feel that, oh, this food is not for beauty or pleasure. Yes, one thing is true. That also is a way, it's contemplation. But the contemplation sometimes go a little bit more further in the sense that you see the suffering in obtaining the food, the suffering that comes with it. Yeah. For example, like even the loathsomeness of the food, like when we even as a monk, the Buddha also gave us the contemplation on the loathsomeness of the food. The food itself, yeah, you have to like contemplate, like you have to go and look for the food. For example, if there is no dana, there's no offerings. People offer, you have to go out to Pindapat. You have to go out for your alms round. And you have to recollect that when you go to your alms round, then sometimes the weather may not be good. Then you have to brave through the weather. If not, how are you going to makan? Or sometimes you go to places, you're going to meet with terrible people. Or you're going to meet with dogs. Or you may pass through sometimes forests, there are animals and so on, snakes and so on. Yeah. Then they contemplate the difficult, the suffering that goes with it. Then sometimes, it goes on further after you makan the food. The food has to go everything inside, the process, everything, and then it has to come out as feces. And then sometimes again, you contemplate that sometimes you eat the wrong type of food. Now, the food poisoning, for example, not clean, then it goes into stomach problem and so on. So it says that you contemplate on the food, although you still need to eat it, but we eat without all the attachment. We eat without all the attachment. So it's not just only not for beauty and not for beauty or pleasure, but there's a more extensive form of contemplation on the food. So it's good that for a lot of us that are so attached to the food, then this type of contemplation will be good. Perhaps that, like at home, at home, like that time, lockdown 2 months. 2 months are so difficult, or more than that. Want to go here, run to look for food, curi keluar, and then after to buy the food and come back. Everything about the food, suffering in a sense. So in order, sometimes we contemplate that even for y'all, you have to go out to go and buy food. You're going to earn the money to get the food. You've got to learn to prepare the food. You have to clean up after that and so on, that also, in a way, it's a suffering. Sometimes also here, like when you are meditating, when things are going well, everything meditation is going well, then come lunchtime and kacau everything. Then you kacau everything. Then after that, you after lunch again, then sluggish again. Then have to build up until like 2, 3 p.m. Then only things clear. A lot of times I wish that I'm not just like the Deva, don't have to eat one. The Deva eat a little bit only. Then after that, they don't have to eat anymore. They can play and whatever, Why they can't the human body like that? Eat a little bit, then we can meditate for a few days. Then we don't have to worry about lunch lah, breakfast lah, sleeping lah, can just continuously go. That time, within 3 months, maybe all Arahant already. But we have to go and sleep. We have to eat again, and then no energy, and then come and all that thing. So sometimes the eating can be a bothersome, really, really kind of like it slow down the whole practice. We know that when the things are going well in the sitting and the walking, everything is fine and it's going good, and then after that the body tired. Why the body tired later on? Because the energy is not there. We need to drink something. We need to keep up the some energy in the body in order to practice. Then evening already tired. The next day groggy again. Build it up everything again. Then makan again, some energy, and then only few hours are clear. Then after that sleep again. Why can't the whole day we don't have to eat? Why can't the whole day we don't have to sleep? Day after day. Maybe 1 week later you sleep. 1 week later you only makan. But we cannot do that. We cannot do that. And this is human body. We are limited by all these things. So that's the limitation of the human body. So because of that, we, in a way, our practice more or less doesn't go that fast. But then you think that, oh, since Deva like that, might as well go Deva world and meditate now. Then you go to the Deva world after, let's say you die, you do a lot of good deeds, and then let's say you end up there. It's not as easy to meditate because you are surrounded by all types of beautiful things. All the desire and everything is so much more refined than what we are playing, what we are playing, what we are doing over here. We are playing in a way, we thought that all our sensual desire is so beautiful and nice. And all our anything, all these things is so gross, and it's like as I said, like the Deva look, like the human look at the pig, and the pig is like rolling on the mud. The pig is so happy. It's just like that, The Deva look at us like that, all these things that we play are all this very, very gross and very dirty in that sense. So the other one is so much more refined. But it's not easy to meditate there because of the surrounding is so much things is so beautiful and so refined. Not easy. Human life is easier if you meet with the right Dhamma. If you meet with the right Dhamma. If you don't make the effort, human life is very short, and then that's about it. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, all gone. Very fast. As I said, you need to find the time. That's one thing. Secondly, you must find the right teacher. That means you find the right teacher, there are places and everything well and good. If you can able to find the right teacher, then okay. Because if you don't find the right teacher, this samatha meditation can go haywire. It really can go haywire. Then, of course, if you find the right teacher, the third criteria is that you must able to progress in the samatha meditation. Sometimes you have the teacher but cannot progress. You see, you have the right teacher. You have the right teacher, that the teacher teach you the right stuff and prevent you from doing the wrong stuff. Then when they give you this thing, then you practice the samatha meditation, the subject of that samatha meditation. So let's say you practice, you make the effort, and you can able to progress. Now that is one thing that is good. Now, in the samatha meditation, don't ever think that you cannot go haywire. It's so much easier for you to go haywire. So much more easier. For the reason is that a lot of times when they practice samatha meditation, they come in without mindfulness. And when they come in without mindfulness, that is the first thing they make the wrong thing. They thought that samatha meditation is go in and concentrate. The more that they concentrate, they're going to go haywire. Because concentration without mindfulness, that's where it becomes wrong concentration. Yeah. Say, for example, a lot of times, many times, the the nature of how the samatha go haywire is due to the nature of the object and also the calmness and or peacefulness that comes in together with it. Now, if you take, let's say you do a metta meditation, may I be free from harm and danger. May I be free from all kinds of mental suffering and be free from all physical suffering and so on. Then after that, may all beings, or may he be free from suffering, or may she be free from suffering and so on. Now we wish them. Then after you wish them, after some time, you begin to calm down. And let's say you're able to calm down the restlessness and thinking become less and less, which is good in a way. But then after that, you do it too much in the sense that you begin to calm and calm and calmer and calmer until the mindfulness cannot keep up with it. Other words, your wordings, may I be free from harm and danger, you begin to get less and less and less. Not only less, but the metta doesn't even come up. The mind just go into peaceful. It's just only quiet. Go into quiet, then nothing much. Just quiet. And then just stay there. Peace. That is where you're already out of your whole metta. Already. You're out of your whole metta. Although the metta comes in, that you're supposed to keep on noticing the in-breath, the metta, the may I be free from harm and danger. And then even that you have to keep with the words. And then later, after that, when the wordings, when all the sentences, the mental sentences begin to disappear, but the heart of metta is become stronger and clearer. When it becomes stronger, clearer, this type of metta is peaceful. It is calm, but it comes with metta. There is a sense of, being happy, having goodwill for yourself and others. That type of heart is still there. Whereas the first one, as I said, it's just only calm only. There's no metta there. And that is a big difference. And a lot of times, yogis just falls into that area. So you fall into that area, just calmness, then you're already going out of the whole metta practice already. You see what I mean? So too, like when you take in breath, out breath as an anapana also. If you don't follow the in breath, out breath, you don't follow the in breath, out breath. If the in breath, out breath, then you fade off, and then also you just, and that's about it. That's finished. Your meditation, you're out. Anapanasati, the main object is you go back to the in-breath, out-breath. If you cannot follow the in-breath, out-breath, that means the mindfulness is not strong enough. In other words, if the mindfulness, if it's not strong enough, just like metta also, you cannot follow the metta object. That means the mindfulness is not strong enough. The over-concentration coming in this time, but you don't realize it because it is peaceful. It is nice. And then therefore, you are not progressing anymore. But you think that you are progressing. You believe that you are progressing because it is peaceful. It is nice. It is so calm inside there. So in other words, if you just stay with your object, then you're on the right path. If you stay with your metta, then you're on the right path. Then you will go in further and further. You always pick up on the metta. The surrounding may be very calm, the whole mind may be very calm, but the metta must be still there. The whole mind will be calm, but the anapana, whether it is the anapana as the physical is still there or the nimitta is still there. So if you don't have this thing, just everything blank, then you're out of the whole thing. So if you don't progress in the right manner, then samatha will not build up. Then it's going to hard for you later to be use that as a condition for vipassana. It's going to be difficult. If the teacher also is wrong, let's say let's say if you get the wrong teacher also, then after that you meditate until you become very calm, very peaceful. Even you're out already, the teacher gong lu ho liao. Oh, very good. Then that's about it now, Then that time, not only you attach, only you believe that this is very good already. Because otherwise, the teacher also get attached to it. Also, so you see, you gotta get the right competent teacher. One thing. Second thing, you must able to progress rightly. So as I said, one of the things that is going to make you difficult to progress is because of the craving and the attachment and the belief and all these type of things. Samatha upakilesa. Yeah. So these type of things, when you cannot progress, then it's going to be very hard for you to go into vipassana. Now, let's say you can able to progress. When you say able to progress, that means your faculties also are coming into balance also. That means your concentration faculty, your mindfulness faculty, your effort faculty, faith faculty, wisdom faculty, all the state of mind is coming into balance. There's no such thing as development of the mind if these faculties are not in balance. Yeah, the moment that is not in balance in any meditation that you are doing, the effect is all the same. And for example, if too much concentration, object all become very blur, very nothing. Just like in vipassana, everything gone. Nothing really. Even if on the other side, if there's too much energy, what are you going to get? Restless mind. Same thing when you are when in samatha also, when the mind goes in too much effort, also go into restlessness. A lot of restlessness also. So in other words, when you want to develop the samatha in a way that you already have to clear off all the hindrances already. That means, in other words, the mindfulness has to come up, has to strengthen with it. So how are you going to develop the mindfulness? There are ways to develop the mindfulness in order for us to strengthen the taking up the samatha object. Yeah? So in other words, you need to build up that strong mindfulness. So the strong mindfulness, the stronger it is, then samatha, let's say, it progress. Now, let's say you can able to progress and you progress well. Let's say you progress well. Then after that, it comes the fourth one. The transforming, the switching. The transforming from a samatha object into a vipassana object. Because samatha object, it's a still object. It's not a dynamic object, whereas vipassana is a very dynamic object. Objects are changing and so on and so forth. All right? So the switching here, again, it takes time because you are built up on certain way of doing a certain meditation. Then when you want to go to a vipassana, you have to switch it over and really start to noting. The mind doesn't switch so easily. Now, let's say right now, some of you practice 2 months or starting to meditate and so on. After, let's say, we meditate here, after your mindfulness, get everything, let's say you learn to drop all your meditation, drop all your meditation object, and just concentrate on the in-breath, out-breath for the whole day. You cannot. Your mind will just go back to your sensation and rising and falling. You go ask you to do metta, you cannot, because it's not so easy for you to switch over. Your mind will always go back to that samatha object, of the objects that you are familiar with. Or here, if you are vipassana, the objects that you are familiar with, the mind will always go back to it again and again. So it's a difficult part over here. Even you can progress in samatha. Yeah. You don't have to worry about whether it's jhana, this one. Of course, the deeper, the better, But doesn't mean it's easier to switch over. But it gives you a great condition because of the mindfulness. Then everything is very powerful there. So you already built up such a powerful quality of the mind now that you already built up here. But the switching effect right now is not easy, but it can be done. But it takes time. It takes time, and also it takes a lot of courage also. Because when you switch it over, you're going to see a lot of suffering. Whereas samatha, song. I mean, even you do it right also, you don't have to worry about all the pain here, pain there, Man, after that, it's song. But this time, when you come in over to vipassana, the pain is going to be very clear. Can you tahan or not? Can you able the mind? Can you be able to tahan that this type of things and objects are changing in a very dynamic manner? And then when it comes in so dynamic manner, sometimes the yogi may not able to progress yet also, because in the vipassana, there's again it depends on another factor, the factor of wisdom. Because that type of wisdom, the samatha type of wisdom, although the wisdom is developed, but it's a different types of wisdom. Because here in the vipassana, we have to see things as they really are. That means you have to see the changes and all that thing. Whereas in the samatha, the wisdom is that you can able to know, okay, this is first jhana, this is second jhana, this is nimitta, this is the not the nimitta. You know this is hindrances there, hindrances not there. You know how to switch from one jhana to another jhana, let's say. All these things involve wisdom power. But it's not the dynamic type of wisdom in vipassana. In vipassana, in order for us to see anicca, dukkha, anatta, the wisdom has to be very fast. You have to see changes and so on. So this is another factor that whether the vipassana is going to progress or not. So let's say you can fulfill all those conditions. You have the time, you have the right teacher, you have the right progress, that you can able to switch over to vipassana, but doesn't guarantee the vipassana progress. Still still not yet. You do so much already, doesn't mean that you're going to progress. But what will happen in vipassana is that your hindrances will be so much less already, or even zero already at time. You see, it builds up all the faculties has been building up. It's already preventing all your thinking from coming in, your restlessness, your sleepiness and everything. Everything is not coming in anymore. Your mind is clear. Your mind is clear. But whether your mind can able to penetrate into more detailedness or not, that is where the progress comes in. This is where the progress comes in. Say, for example, the Buddha gave the Buddha gave the analogy, of a yogi's progress. A yogi's progress. It says that there are 4 types of yogi in terms of progress. First one is called difficult and sluggish. Difficult and sluggish. Sluggish means slow. What do you mean by difficult? Difficult here means the yogi is full of hindrances, a lot of thinking, a lot of hindrances. One thing, the negative one. Sluggish one is because the positive one is not strong. That means the mindfulness is not strong, a mental effort not strong, and especially the wisdom power is not strong. Yeah. So, so the first category is sluggish, difficult, and sluggish or slow. Yeah. The second one, the second yogi, is easy but sluggish. Easy but sluggish. Easy because the five hindrances is very little or zero. But the wisdom factor, but the wholesome factor, it's still weak. That means not much of a sleepiness, not much of thinking, but cannot progress. Or slow in progress. Slow in progress because of the quality of the mind. The wholesome quality of the mind is not this one. Then the third one. The third one is difficult and fast. Yeah. Difficult and easy. Yeah. Easy in the sense that it's not sluggish. Difficult and, yeah, if the word easy or not. Okay. No. Don't use the word easy right now because just now I use it for this one. Difficult and fast, let's say. Because this time again, difficult. A lot of hindrances there, but the noting quality, the quality of development is very powerful. Yeah. The fourth one is easy and fast. That means very little hindrances, very powerful in their noting, in very powerful in their wholesome state of mind. So which one is yours? First one. Usually, like most of the time, if we do not have samatha background, like for example the jhana, then ours will be difficult. A lot of hindrances. You see, first few days, how many sleepy, the whole day sleeping on it, drowsy, thinking, and all these type of things. A lot, all these type of things. Progress, nothing much yet. Maybe after 1 week later, then sleepiness, everything goes already, and then progress, but man lai liao. But too slow sometimes until you die already also. Still not there yet. Yeah, some progress, So, but this category, all these four categories, they are not permanent. No. The permanent, you may think that it's permanent, but because that your area right now is still very difficult, you think that you're always there. No, it's not there. When you progress further and further, higher and higher, that you play a different game already. Because that time, as you grow higher, mind gets stronger, the hindrances get less and less and less and less. Sometimes you see yogis also. In the past, there are a lot of thinking, a lot of this one. But after some years, they practice. Even the whole hour they sit, zero thinking or very little thinking. Everything, the moment they sit down, pipi papa, until bell rings. No sleepiness, no much of thinking. All arising and passing away, changing and so on. So it can change. This state, they can change. So therefore, let's say, as I said again, you fulfill all the criteria of samatha. And let's say you even have jhana also. But switching over to able to take up is not that easy because you have to train in that sense. But then when you come into vipassana, although your path is so much more easier, but doesn't mean it's faster. Yeah. So how are you going to make that thing faster? Yeah. More practice only. More and more practice only here. And of course, together with all your wholesome deeds that you have done, all the dana, all the sila, everything that's going to be done, and it's going to determine that progress of vipassana. Yeah? So it gives you all the right conditions. So therefore, development of samatha meditation does not guarantee you to progress, but it guarantee you to have much easier to practice. You don't have to worry about so much of all the thinking and all the sleepiness. Yeah? Okay, we stop here. We'll continue on this thing tomorrow. Okay, we share merits. Idang may bawanang nibbanasa pachayo hotu. May my mental cultivation be a condition for the realization of nibbana. Imang no punya bagang sabba satanang dema. We share these merits with our departed ones, with all beings and all the devas. Sabbe satta sukhi hontu anumodantu. May all beings be happy. May they rejoice in these merits. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.